And welcome guys to the third video of this series. In the last video we have saw how simple it is to create and run basic React app. Now at the same time it is also really important to understand the files and folder involved and how control flows when you run the application. Let's take a look. As we saw in the last video, we have 3 folders and 4 files to begin with. Let's start with package.json. This file contains the dependencies and script required for the project. You can see that we are using React version 18.3.1 and that is listed as a dependency. We also have few scripts to run the application, build the application, run tests. We also have package log.json file. If you are using Yarn, then you will see Yarn log files. They simply ensure consistent installation of your dependencies and you don't really have to worry about them. We also have a git ignore and a readme file. Next, let's talk about folders. The first one is node modules. And this is the folder in which all the dependencies are installed. It is generated when you run create react app command or when you run npm install. We'll see that later what is npm install. The next folder is the public folder. This folder contains 3 files. Out of the 3, manifest.json is concerned with progressive web apps, which is out of the scope for now. We have the fave icon, which you have seen in the browser, and this is nothing React specific. So as a beginner, you have to concentrate on index.html. This is the only file of HTML we have in our application. We are building single page applications and this might dynamically change in the browser, but it is this HTML file that gets served up. You are not going to add any code in this file. There are some changes you can do in the head part, but definitely not in the body part. Just look at this div part. It has ID of root. At the runtime, this div tag is very important and the responsible for changing the UI. Please make a note of this. The next folder is source folder. This folder is very important because we are going to work mostly on this folder. The starting point of our React app is index.js. Index.js specifies root component, which is app component DOM element, which control by React. In this case, the DOM element which has ID of root and is connected to the div which I told you to note in index.html. We call it as root DOM node because everything was controlled by this. For Hello World application, we rendered inside this app component, which is represented in app.js. This is the file we have edited. This file is responsible for HTML displayed in the browser, or we can say it represents view. With app.js, you can see here there is a CSS file which is imported. It's imported for styling, and the test file for unit test which contains a simple test case. We also have index.css file for body tag and logo.svg that we can see here. We also have report web vital.js, which is also used in progressive web apps, and we can ignore that file as well. So that's it for the folder structure. Now let's see the flow of application. When we start our React app, it firstly serves the index.html file. Then, with the root element, it's rendered to the app.js component. I'm repeatedly saying about the component. What is this component? Let's see in our next video. Till then, if you like, subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Thank you.